You know, one of the women was mentioned in the Quran, the wife of Al-Aziz. What is Al-Aziz? Who's Al-Aziz? Al-Aziz, the name or the title for the Prime Minister of Egypt at that time. They call him Al-Aziz. Al-Aziz is one of the names of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, of course, but because they are not a Muslim, so they give this title to the Prime Minister of Egypt at that time. So, Al-Aziz, he has a wife, and her name, as they mentioned in the history, was Zulaykha. And some books said her name was Ra'il. Ra'il. And they said Zulaykha is her family name. Yani her name is Ra'il Zulaykha. Okay, or just Zulaykha. Okay, so this Aziz, or this Prime Minister, he has no children. And this was not because of his wife or she has a fault. He is the one who has a fault. Okay, so because of that, he was trying to please his wife with any way, because he can't produce children. Okay, so he has a disability, so he would like to be nice to his wife, to stay with him, okay, and not to leave him. When Yusuf alayhi salam was saved from the drowning in the well, after his brothers, they threw him into the well. We know the story, of course. Or should I say, you know the story? Okay, alhamdulillah. We mentioned that before anyway. So, he was brought to Egypt because this caravan who picked him from the well, they were coming to Egypt, so they brought him and they sold him as a slave. Okay, because they bought him. They gave his brothers some money after they got him out, and his brother came and said, "He's ours, this stuff." Okay, so they pay pennies to just shut up them, but they came to Egypt and they sold them. As we know that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala blessed Yusuf alayhi salam with a lot of beauty. Beauty in character, beauty in looking, everything. So, once this Prime Minister was in the market and he saw Yusuf alayhi salam as a boy, a child, not a child, is a boy, about say 11, 13 years old, so he attracted him. He just, because he was very good looking, okay, so he got his attention. So he decided to buy him as a gift to his wife. Just as I said, that he trying to please her. Okay. So he bought him and he went to home and he asked his wife to look after him. Okay, and to be nice to him. Maybe we will take him as a son, or he might benefit us one day. Okay? We need to learn the lessons from the story. We are not entertaining ourselves with the stories. No, we need to learn what is the benefit. What is the benefit? What are the lessons we must learn? From the first part here, Yusuf alayhi salam, he used to live in the desert with his father Yaqub alayhi salam. It's very rough, very tough life. Okay? In the desert. What do you expect? Because he was patient, when his brothers, they threw him into the well, okay? And he kept his faith in his heart, okay? So Allah replaced him from the desert to live in the palace of the Prime Minister. But that, the first lesson we need to learn, the patience. Whatever happened to us, and we be patient, and we believe that this is the fate of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and we didn't get angry or upset or lose the trust in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah will replace us with something better. Okay? So patience. Because Allah said in the Quran in many verses that Allah will give the reward to the patient without, you can't count the reward that you will get for the patient. And they will go to the heaven without question. Okay? So, because Yusuf alayhi salam, he was patient, Allah replaced him. Instead of he live in the tent and the desert, he moved to the palace of the Prime Minister. Okay, this is the first lesson. The Prime Minister, he said to us, Akrimi mathwahu. Akrimi mathwahu. Be generous to him. Protect him. Be kind. Be nice to him. And give him a nice accommodation. It means the Prime Minister is telling his wife, he's not a slave. Don't treat him as a slave. We are planning to adopt him as a son. So look after him from this aspect. Okay? So, عسى أن ينفعنا أو نتخذه ولدا. Maybe he will benefit us or he will be as a son to us. So, Zulaykha, or the wife of the Prime Minister, of course, she was nice to him because she has no children. And if a woman, she has no children, she will be very anxious because she has something in her heart, in her body, she would like to give it to. So when she has a child, even it's not her son, she will be also offering him this kindness, this love. Okay, so she done that. But again, Yusuf alayhi salam, with his acting, he attract the love of everyone because he was acting as a Muslim. He was acting as a Muslim because he was learned from his father. But this is the reason, the jealousy of his brothers, that the brother was spending most of his time with Yusuf alayhi salam. So Yaqub alayhi salam, he was breastfeeding Yusuf alayhi salam all the knowledge, because Yaqub alayhi salam, he had the information, the knowledge that Yusuf alayhi salam, he is the prophet. He is the one who will inherit the prophethood from Yaqub alayhi salam. Okay? So he was breastfeeding him all the knowledge he has. So Yusuf alayhi salam, when he came to Egypt, he was a real believer. So he was acting in very good way, very sincere in his work, what he is doing, behaving himself in the best way. So it's completely different from the other people. So he got the intention of everyone, including the Prime Minister's wife. Okay. But unfortunately, her feeling started to change. After he grown up, he became 25 years old. He was a youth man, strong, good looking, everything. Then her feeling started, this love to this child and the son has been changed to be other kind of love. And this is another lesson here we need to learn. What is that? To see the wisdom of Islam when he forbade the adoption. Okay? Because some people, they're accusing us or accusing Islam that, oh, Islam is very hard. How he forbid the adoption? He's stopping us from to be kind to the children, to the orphan. Listen and learn. What happened to Yusuf alayhi salam? How the wife of the prime minister, her love has been changed from loving Yusuf alayhi salam as a child, as a son, and she started to look him as a man. Okay, so this is one of the reasons, or this is the reason that Islam forbade the adoption. There is no restriction to look after the orphan. No, the Prophet Muhammad, he said, أنا وكافل اليتيم كهاتين في الجنة. I am with the one who look after the orphan like this in the heaven. So this is to encourage us to look after the orphan. Even he said, Prophet said, if you just rub on the head of the orphan, boy or girl, you will get a reward as the number of the hair in the head of the boy or the girl. Okay, so there's many hadiths, and even in the Quran there is many verses to encourage us to look after the orphan, but not to adopt them. Look after them, get them, put them in a room, okay, with you as long as they are children, okay, but don't give them your name or your wife's name, okay, until they grow up. Then separate them. In the Quran and the Sunnah, they ask us to separate the brothers and sisters. When they go to the specific age, we shouldn't let them sleep together in the room or in a bed. We must separate them. If this is the case with the brothers and sisters who are in the same blood, same father, same mother, but we must separate them. When they reach to this age, we must separate them. What about the adopted?
Right.
It's not the same blood. Okay? So when they came to this age, separate them. But carry on looking after them, spending them, educate them until they grow up and they can look after themselves. Okay? So this here also, we need to learn from Yusuf alayhi salam, because he was not her son. She started to look at him as a man. She tried to show him that. But he's a prophet. And he is the grandson of the prophets and the messengers. His father is Yaqub, his grandfather is Ishaq, and his grandfather is Ibrahim alayhi salam. Oh, how she can just deceive him or mislead him. So she tried to show just nicely. Then when she found him that he is ignoring her completely, she decided that she can't take it anymore. So she called him to her room. Then she asked her servant or her slave to lock the doors. I think Tabari, he is saying that she came to his room, but with the full respect doesn't work with the verse. And I'm always upholding the Quran. So the Quran said, وَغَلَّقَتِ الْأَبْوَابِ. Abwab, a plural. Singular is bab, door. The Quran said doors. I don't think that Yusuf, as a worker he will have doors. Okay? But who is going to have doors? The Prime Minister or his wife? Okay? So, if you go to see the Theresa May, okay, you will not just open the door and she's in front of you.
No.
Okay? You have to pass
several doors.
Okay, many doors and the security in the left and security in the so hundreds of doors, okay, to reach to her. So at this, it was 7 doors to reach to the Prime Minister or to his wife. So she asked her servant or her slave, when she called Yusuf, she told when he come in, okay, from the first door, lock the door from outside. Now we believe that the ladies, they are very clever. Okay, it's more than the man. They are clever than the man. Okay, we have to admit that. Okay. So she asked her servant to, when he come through the first door, look the door from outside, not from inside, because inside he's easy to open it and run away. So can you imagine if someone, while we are sitting here, he looked the door from outside? What we are going to do? We'll be screaming to some help, okay? Because we can't open it from outside. So she asked the servant to lock the doors from outside. When he comes to second, look it from outside. Third, until the last one, then the servant will go from the side door to her to out. Okay? So she done that. Then when he came to the room, she said to him, no way. I tried with you many times and you ignored me. So today, هئت لك. I prepared myself for you. Okay? قال معاذ الله. أعوذ بالله. Okay? I can't. Unfortunately, some of the mufassirin, they said وَهَمَّتْ بِهِ وَهَمَّ بِهَا. In the explanation of this verse, the Quran said وَهَمَّتْ بِهِ وَهَمَّ بِهَا لَوْلَا أَن رَأَى بُرْهَانَ رَبِّهِ. They said she tried to get him and he was about. Okay? Unfortunately, Doesn't work. Because the prophets, they have a isma. They are ma'soom. All the prophets and the messengers, they are ma'soom. They don't do mistakes. Okay? So, if he just thought or just was about to respond, he can't be prophet. Okay? So, this is something. But hamma biha, he tried to push her away. He had the capability, if he's not a prophet, to deal with her. But because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala saved him from that. Okay? And he started to run away, and she's after him, trying to pull him from his clothes, from the back. So, how he came out? How he came out? The doors are locked from outside. And this is the third lesson we learn. If you fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, however your difficulty is, make sure